Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has just 3 days to post that $500 million bond, but the Washington Post claims bankruptcy might be the way out. Meanwhile, Donald Trump took to Truth Social yesterday to slam the massive bond, warning in part, quote, numerous businesses have ended plans to relocate into New York because of the fabricated witch hunt against me. They see what is going on and want no part of it. Joining us right now is Shark Tank investor and chair of O'Leary Ventures, Kevin O'Leary, joining us from South Florida. Kevin, good morning to you.
Thank you so much.
You know, we've been talking about fairness and due process and stuff like that. The average person doesn't understand the trial that he went through where he was found liable for $500 million because people don't understand valuations and stuff like that, dealing with banks. How do you explain it to people, what happened?
So I tell people this is no longer anything to do with Donald Trump whatsoever. This is very concerning to what you think of as the American brand. The reason we're the #1 economy on earth is we provide stability in financial markets through transparency, appellate systems in court, guarantee of law, property rights. And here is a situation which is getting focused all around the world of a particular case, does not matter that it's Donald Trump, where an individual has had against an infraction an unduly high penalty. Many people feel that on a bipartisan basis, probably infringed on the 8th Amendment, has not been tested yet. And that is where the problem lies. Most of us that are investors in financial services want the process to continue and get an appellate court involved here for a second set of eyes. The way I view this and the way it's viewed internationally is this was like dress-up court with kids running some kind of a Halloween party with no adult supervision. We need the adults now. We need the adults to look at this. Well,
and the former president has used his preferred social media venue of choice, Truth Social, to talk about it. Speaking of social media, I understand you might actually be looking to buy TikTok. Now, if the algorithm came with it, it would be worth how much?
80 to 100 billion with the algorithm as it stands today. That is not the deal on that's not the deal on the table.
You can't get the algorithm for a variety of reasons, right?
There's a lot of speculation, but the Chinese government that controls this company, everybody knows that, is not going to let this technology transfer to the U.S. And the way we should look at it is they would never let us have an app like that in China. We should have a level playing field. But no, I'm not going to be able to buy the algorithm, probably just the brand and the 170 million users.
Okay, which is substantial. You've actually talked to the former president, Donald Trump, about this there in South Florida. What did he say?
I asked him if he would let me buy it because I know you're going to need the executive who's ever in the White House. It's not going to happen until after the election because Schumer's going to slow this down for political reasons. Everybody knows that. And this is the 4th attempt to turn this from TikTok China into TikTok USA. Now, that's what I hope to be able to do. I have some advantages, but there's others looking at this. We all have to form a syndicate. And I asked him, as I will Biden, because this is bipartisan for me. I don't know who's going to win the White House, but I know I can't get the deal done without the national security issue settled and the executive on board. So before I fly out next week all around the world to start this syndicate, I have to raise at least $30 billion. They're going to ask me the same question. Have you talked to the executive? Are they okay with you in this structure? At least I know from Trump's side he's okay. Now I got to get to Biden.
Well, when you talk to him, come back and tell us what he said, would you?
I mean, remember, I don't have a partisan bone in my body. I'm just trying to get a deal done.
Money, baby.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of money. 30, 40 billion is a lot of money, and you're not going to get it unless people feel comfortable that it's not going to be blocked by the White House.
Well, let's see what happens. Kevin, thank you very much for joining us live today. Good luck to you. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.